What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today I'm bringing you an anime review of Kokkoku episode 2. And I will say this every time we have an episode 2, is that this is always the episode that opens up the world and open up what you're going to be dealing with this series, as we take time to just gather our reins, learn about the characters, and learn about the world that we're going to be in. And this episode was no exception, as we got a lot to take in this episode, and primarily we got to learn about the Master Stone and how the time manipulation will work in this series, as well as Gramps explaining how his teleportation kind of works, as well as Yuri's very interested in learning how to do it herself so she can go and save her family. And it's pretty interesting. I really like how it can be so many different ways that you can deal with, you know, time travel and stopping time and etc. As it's not as easy as you would think to stop time and go scoop everybody up and save them and come back. Gramps explains to Yuri that when he stops time with the Master Stone, the world is seen like a film strip. And again, this is something we've seen before, primarily with the race. The world is seen as like a film strip, and as they move through, they're going through different panels of that film. So when he stops time, moves, and restarts it, it still affects the world because it effectively cuts out the parts that he didn't go into. So he was explaining to her, it's like, we can't stop time, go and grab your father or your brother or your nephew. We can't just stop time, go grab them, go to where we need to go and resume time again, because if we do that, that's going to wipe them out of existence. It's not going to be that easy. The only way that it seems that they can do this, from what I can gather, and I had to watch this scene twice, is that they would have to stop time, or go grab the person that they need to grab, introduce them to the ritual of what they're doing, and then move forward. So I know I probably really didn't do a good job of explaining that. It's a little bit hard to follow, but basically he's saying that unless you all did the same thing at the same time, there's no way that you can grab someone that's already frozen and take them with you, which is a little bit confusing because I thought the dad did the time thing with them. So how did he end up getting stuck the way he did? And something else that has me confused about this series is, and I know this is something that's going to come on later, is the presence of these spirits that are going around. It seems like if this spirit is within your body, that then you can move around in this world that's called in this world, and then you can move around freely with everyone else. We saw that actually happen with the brother in this episode when he got possessed, and then he woke up while everybody was still frozen. He was still able to move around as well. And it looks like, as far as, again, the instant teleportation, which I want to call instant transmission, Gramps is just kind of like, I can't really teach you how to do it because I really don't know myself. Just try to jump and see if you can do it. And when he tried to jump and he landed on his slide and fell, he was like, see, it's not as easy as you think. But Yuri, she seems like a very determined character. She seems like a very intelligent character, and I'm pretty sure once she gets the idea of it, she's gonna have no issues at all jumping back and forth around. And that's what things are really gonna pick up with this series, because she, even though she doesn't seem like, you know, she's trained or like, you know, can really throw hands or anything like that, she has that guts and the courage that I think that with a little bit of training, she could be a badass. And we're introduced to another character who is going to have a big part in this series, and we can see from the opening and the ending themes that we're introduced to. As I thought the people that were doing the kidnapping was just some goons, but it seems like these guys are actually a religious cult, and they need the Master Stone in conjunction with another stone that they have that's identical in order to unlock the full power. So that is why the kid was kidnapped. That's why, you know, the brother was kidnapped, because they wanted to draw out the people that had the Master Stone, which was Gramps and the rest of the family. And they could very well still be gangsters, but it seems like they're just using their money that they may have in order to get people to do the dirty work. And the biggest question that's going on with this series is, how were they able to move around in the stasis at the same time as everyone else that has the time manipulation going? So that's when things really pick up. We also learn about that big hunking tree monster, the I Am Groot monster that showed up. This big goon is called the Handler or the Herald, depending on what side of the religious front that you're on. And this monster basically is there to keep order within the stasis, the world that they're in when everybody's moving around in this time. But Gramps said he doesn't exactly know how it works. He just knows that if something's done wrong or if something's off, it's going to kill somebody. But something really interesting that we did learn is that this herald is someone that is either an ancestor or somebody who spends too much time in the stasis, and this is what they become. So I'm really interested in seeing how far along this can go, and more along the lines the religious aspect of it, of why these religious people are just kind of like, okay, there's the hero, there it is, it'll just handle the dirty work. It's not really clear the role of this thing right now, because it seems like it's intentional that they didn't explain the rules and what you have to do in order for it to kill you. Everybody's just kind of dancing around it and don't want to piss it off right now. We're also introduced to another character by the name of Majima, and again, this is who I was saying is going to end up being a big part of this series, because Gramps sent Yuri back to go get the stone because they need the stone to save their family, and at the same time they were also being monitored the whole time from the beginning of when they activated the stone. So she ran into a trap, and now she got some goons that's trying to kill her. They're gonna rape her and do whatever they want to and throw her body out and try to make it messy and all. But anyway, she's in a bad spot right now, but this girl is actually there with her right now, and judging because she's so big in the opening and the ending, it's really only a matter of like Yuri's not gonna die. It's only a matter of Yuri's not gonna die. It's just a matter of if she's gonna get rescued by this girl or not, or if she's gonna unlock some type of power herself by the indication of the preview. But overall, yeah, this was a very solid episode. Again, the first episode had me intrigued. The second episode finally dropped me into the world and introduced some things that are going on. And I'm definitely looking forward to episode 3, which will be the make or break episode for this series for some people. And I can't see where it's gonna pick up and go from here. As far as theories go, I mean, I don't really have any because everything is so in the dark. I mean, we do know that Pops used to be a thug. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was a goon in his younger days, and he's more of a main character than I thought he would be. I thought this would really only be about Yuri, but we get a lot of screen time with him as well, and it seems like this religious leader possibly has a past with Grandpa as well. So it's gonna be interesting to get into his story and see how things go, learn about how he learned how to teleport, and he might know about these spirits that's going around that only certain people can see and seems to be possessing people as well. Jury, I know I'm getting the name mixed up. It is actually Yuri, just in case I messed that up. So let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below, and let me know what you think of this aspect of time travel and how we're gonna deal with it in this series. Again, I tried my best to explain it. I mean, it made sense when I was watching it, even though I had to watch it again, but I'm not sure if I translated it well. Again, it seems like you can't just grab somebody, like say for example, if you were not in the stasis with me, I would have to grab you, put you in the stasis with me, and then move along that way. I couldn't just move your body and start time again without you being in a ritual. It's gonna mess everything up. You might be forgotten, and it'll be bad for everybody. But again, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content you indulge on this channel. As I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.